And all of a sudden, when we finish, he releases his hand, the color comes back in his face, and he goes, "What did you just do to me?" And once it's gone, you're cured. It never comes back. I can't believe this, man. I'm Superman. I mean, I've seen it happen, but when it happens to yourself, it was unbelievable.
He's built multi-million-dollar companies. His explosive books on health and wealth have sold over 60 million copies. Now, the Kevin Trudeau Show they don't want you to know.
So let's talk about why you have a fear or a phobia. Some people think, oh, it's because you had a trauma. This particular woman, if she was afraid of water, she must have had a trauma when she was younger. Maybe she almost drowned as an infant in a bathtub. Or maybe she went into a swimming pool and almost drowned. Or some kid was playing around and held her under the water and she was frightened. Or maybe she went to the beach and she had a traumatic experience and maybe a big wave hit her and she was frightened and there's some trauma. The answer is no. Yeah, sometimes that happens. But in most cases, a fear or a phobia, like of spiders, of heights, of snakes, a fear of public speaking, a fear of asking a girl out on a date, any type of phobia, any stress and anxiety, it's not in this lifetime. It comes from a past life because you come into this world with that phobia. Callahan calls it a perturbation. Other people call it an engram or a samskara or an energetic imprint. The bottom line is it's in your field, in your energetic field. And when it comes into the body, it's contracted energy and it stops the flow of chi or energy through the meridians. That's why tapping will break up or help dissipate this energy. And once it's gone, you're cured. It never comes back. So Roger figured out how to do this, and I was traveling with Roger. We would go, and he was on the Oprah Winfrey Show, I think. He was on CNN. He was on all these talk shows live. And they would bring out people who had phobias of spiders and snakes and fear of heights. And he had to cure them in just a minute or two because it's live TV. And 100% of the time, he would cure them. It was the coolest thing you've ever seen. A person would come up and said, I have a phobia of snakes. And Roger would say, I have a plastic snake here. And the person would almost faint, like, ah, or start screaming, take it away. It's a plastic snake. Take it away. Take it away. He'd say, okay, tap here. And he'd go through this sequence within a minute, 2 minutes. And then he'd say, here's the plastic snake. And the person says, that's fine. Roger would say, can I bring out a real snake? Yes. They'd bring out a real snake, wrap it around the person's head and take a photo. And the person's like, I don't get it. I get no fear of the snake. I got a python around my neck and I'm like happy. I can't, this unbelievable. Another person, they bring in a ladder. And I'll never forget this one. The person looks at the ladder. It's like, oh yeah, it's fine. He's afraid of heights. Well, step on the ladder. He steps on the first rung. I swear to God, the first rung, and the guy's like, I step off. He had one person on either side of him holding his arm because the guy was panicking so much. He steps off one rung. And this is not fake. I mean, this is all real because Callahan just shows up and it's the studio producers who bring out these people, these poor individuals who are suffering from these traumas and phobias. And then Roger says, tap here, tap here, tap here, tap here, do this. 2 minutes. And then the person says, oh, they walk right up the stairs and they're like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it. It happened to me. I told you I was fear of heights. And I didn't really think much about it. But when I was a kid, I never went on roller coasters because I was afraid of heights. So I'm with my girlfriend at the time. She's from Norway, very athletic gal. And we're in Mexico. So we decided to go up one of these Mexican pyramids or temples. And back then you could walk up them. Now you can't because it's too dangerous, because it's very steep. and the stairs are like really tiny, really small. So we walk up this very steep, very tall temple. We get to the top and we're looking around and I'm getting a little nervous now because going up, you're just staring at the wall. You don't think about that you're going up high. And I'm with the girl and I don't want to, be like, I'm a wimp. I can't go up because she's like, let's go up. She's very athletic and yeah, no problem. And I'm like, breathe. And I'm going up. I get to the top and now it's like, I can't even get close to the edge. I want to sit down. I'm afraid of standing up. And it's a huge, big platform. It's not like I'm on a tiny little platform. It's just, there's 100 people up there. I have to go in the middle and I sit down. I am so afraid of just being on top of this thing. I can't even stand up in the middle. I'm afraid. I'm petrified. And I'm thinking, they're going to have to send a helicopter for me because I can't even get close to the edge. The thought of walking down those steps, I am freaking out. I'll never forget this. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. I know Dr. Roger Callahan. Now, this is before cell phones. So I couldn't call him and say, give me a treatment. But luckily, I knew the sequence. So I'm thinking, okay, so let me do this. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, because this is the procedure. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's the intensity of the negative emotion I'm feeling? 100. Okay, I'm almost going to cry. I'm so afraid. Okay, good. Say, I want to get over this. I want to get over this. Okay, now tap here. Okay, good. Now tap here. Good. Now tap here. Under your armpits. Okay, good. Now tap the gamut spot. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look down to the right, down to the left. Roll your eyes in a circle. Roll them the other way. Hum a little bit out loud. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Okay. Breathe in and out through your nose 3 times. Put your attention 2 inches below your belly button. Relax your face. Relax your stomach. Breathe in through the nose. Stomach goes out. Out through the nose. Stomach goes in. Do it 3 times. Okay, good. Now tap here again. Tap here again. Tap under the armpits again. Okay, at least 1. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's the intensity of the negative emotion now? I'm thinking, it's gone. I stood up. It's gone. I've seen it happen 1,000 times, but now it happened to me. And I'm thinking, I feel like Superman. So I get the girl. She's like, are you ready to go? I said, yeah, let's go. Everybody else is turning around, facing the pyramid, and walking down because it's so scary. There's some guides, and they walk straight down, looking straight ahead. So me and my gal, we walk just like the guides. And I'm like, I can't believe this, man. I'm Superman. I've seen it happen, but when it happens to yourself, it was unbelievable. I did this with my friend Archie. We're going fishing in Canada. And I says, Archie, meet me in Chicago. We're taking a private jet and we're going up to Red Lake. And then from there, we go to the lodge. He goes, no, I'll just meet you in Red Lake. I go, Archie, you're in Florida. Red Lake is in Canada. How are you going to get there? He goes, I'm going to drive. I go, are you insane? Just take a plane from Florida to Chicago. I cover all the expenses from there forward because I'm taking a private jet to Red Lake and then we go to the lodge. No, I will drive. I love driving, he says. I go, Archie, it's going to take you like 3 days. I love driving. Okay. So he meets us in Red Lake. He goes, where's the lodge? I goes, well, we're going to take a float plane to get dropped off on another lake where the lodge is. He goes, why do we have to leave here? There's a lake right here. Why don't we just fish in this lake? I go, no, but the lodge is on another lake. It's a private lake. It's like secluded. It's in the middle of nowhere. He says, why do we have to leave? I bet there's fish in this lake. I go, Archie, the lodge is not on this lake. The lodge that we're going to is got world-class walleye fishing. It's that way. Well, I don't realize he is petrified of flying. That's why he drove from Florida to Canada. And I finally realized this. I go, are you afraid of flying? Yes, I've never flown on a plane, he said. I'm petrified. I said, okay, well, before we get going, let's just test this out. I go, follow me. So I go, look, the float plane is tied to the dock. There's no pilot in it. The engines are not running. Can you get on the plane? I don't know, he says. I really don't know. I'm really feeling terrible. I said, well, let's just get on the plane together and let's try something. So we get on the plane. The guy is freaking out. Now, the plane is on the ground. It's tied to the dock. There's no pilot in it, and the engines are not running. But he is freaking out. Just the thought of this thing leaving. So I said, okay, Archie, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the intensity of the negative emotion you're feeling right now? He doesn't even give me a number. He's just, and he's holding on to the, to the armrest. Okay, Archie, can you release one of your hands? He couldn't. I said, okay, I'm going to touch your face. Is that okay? So I touch over here. I touch here. I touch under his armpit. I touch his hand. He won't let go. And I says, close your eyes. And he closes it. So I have him do the eye movements. And all of a sudden, when we finish, he releases his hand. The color comes back in his face. And he goes, what did you just do to me? You're like a wizard. You're like some type of, did you put a spell on me? Or did you take a curse or a spell off me? What the hell did you do? I never felt so good in my life. He's going out of his mind. I said, you feel all right? Yeah. Do you think you can leave the plane? Yes. So we load up. He sits next to me. And he says, you want to sit by the window? You want to sit by the aisle? I want to sit by the window, he says. He's looking out the window as we're flying away. He goes, man, I miss flying my whole life. I can't believe it. This is the coolest thing I've ever done. This is great. I'm going to fly everywhere now. Oh my God, Kevin, you're just amazing. It was cured. Never came back 100% cured. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.